Hello everyone, Benja here. This guide is just to understand and learn the hard mode category. This category is actually really harder, and of course you have a lot of less things on your inventory. So we're gonna start immediately talking about the assist mode. This is banned from the current level, so you don't have the 200 lives and everything like that. You really need to play the game as a hard mode intended way. And we're gonna start immediately. First of all, hard mode. We're gonna start talking about we don't have the upgrade system. So you're not gonna be able to buy anything. And of course, if you're playing plus all DLCs, you're not gonna obtain any reward of them. So keep in mind that. And of course, we're never gonna level up. So this is actually very important. If you're never gonna level up in this game, you don't have any way to supply your HP, and the only way to recover your HP is only touching the checkpoints. And of course, here I don't have the healing skill. The other important stuff is the medals are not exist anymore. Here the medals don't even exist, so enter to the overdrive is not gonna be as simple as you think before. So we're gonna start now with the current stage. To be honest, this stage is exact the same. Of course, not the boss. The rest is the same as normal mode. So you don't have anything to learn here. Just the boss and one manip. And that manip is actually very important because you really want to save a lot of time there. If you have any question or any doubt on the normal guide, I have some extra information, so I highly recommend WhatsApp. And of course, you don't need to watch the entire video. You have all the time links on the description, so it's actually pretty easy to trying to learn the specific basics. And of course, here I can watch the abilities logo because on hard mode you know the position, so I'm gonna use the same shortcuts as normal mode. You can change and use wherever you want. For me, it's just I love to use these ones. So now, the first big boy. It's time to talk about Ypsilon, but this Ypsilon is 10 times annoying than the old one. You have a one manip here, and I'm gonna explain when we are on the second bar. Right now it's just like the normal way. But of course this is RNG all the time. So you don't have anything you can do here. It's just having a good luck. So now, the manip. You really want to jump in his behind and try to fly a little bit, and he's gonna try to use his shield like this. Oh my god, I messed her up again. I'm gonna try it again, sorry. You know what, I'm gonna restart the fight. I messed her up, of course, and the main reason is I don't need to be like this. I need to be like this, in this high jump. I'm gonna do this again, of course, don't worry. You're gonna stay here and then jump, and he's gonna always use that ability. It's not just for luck. It's a manip. It's actually a manip, but of course, if you are really low in your jump, he's not gonna use that attack. I'm gonna do this again, for example, here, and he's gonna use it all the time. But actually this is a pretty good way to do the boss, because always your first attack are gonna be a free damage. And keep in mind that actually it's a really useful tool. You can use that manip in any Ypsilon. Even with a normal one you can use that, but of course on normal it's not like a highly reward instead of here. Here your reward is more bigger because the difficulty is more higher, so you need more opportunities to deal extra damage. So here we are. The big difference between normal and hard mode. I can start in any stage. So I can even start with Epsilon 2 immediately, but of course I don't really want to. That boss sucks. And okay, we have a lot of different stages. Of course, I'm gonna start always with Hail, just because the ability is highly reward for the rest of the run. And of course, the Hail ability helps me a lot against Brigade. I really want to do a cycle correctly. For Ace, I really want to do the DM skip, and this is actually a pretty hard one. I don't know if I'm gonna make it in this video, because it's a really high one. And you can do the skip on Vespa immediately with Hail, and of course Autochrome the same. The only bosses are gonna be useless, like you're not gonna use Hail, it's gonna be Ypsilon, and maybe on... No, forget about it, only in Ypsilon. The rest of the bosses are gonna be really useful. So we're gonna start immediately with Hail. Remember, I don't have any ability, and I don't have nothing that even counts. I don't have like tools to do some parts of the run. For example, here on normal, I use the Vespa ability to jump more higher. Right now, I don't have this one. Of course, the door, like here, is not gonna be anymore, so that's a big change. So of course the stage is always different. You have a lot of difference here. And even I can use the super skip, so I'm gonna do this. Damage boosting and then damage. So that's enough again. Enough again. And that's a fight. I don't recommend to use the Maestro, the DM, the Coven DM, skill, whatever you want to call it, because it's way slower instead of doing this. So don't try this. Actually, don't try this. Now it's time, of course, to do the big change. Oh, hit me please, thank you. I really want to do this one. Whoops! I don't know what happened there, but of course, all the stages are different. For example, I'm not doing the... I'm not doing like a normal patterns as a normal, because in normal here I'm using more like the overdrive. And now this is important because you really want to stay like here, just for this, because you really want to hit that stuff. I'm gonna restart, but you actually really want to stay like this, high jump, and then doing that stuff. I'm gonna restart to show him, because I can reset the RNG. And you can, of course, have the possibility to do it correctly. I'm gonna do this again. No. Oh no, I don't really want to do a retry. Oh my god. I forgot all the time. I only need to don't move, and then I have the retry button. And not the restart one. Well, of course, this is actually pretty good because you can even watch more the stage. And that helps you maybe to clean some doubts about the movement. So again, damage boosting. That's it, again. And this is gonna be my damage boosting now. You can change that damage boosting, you don't have any problem with that. Just keep in mind you can do that. So now I'm gonna try to do the correct damage boosting, because I really want to. Yeah, that's the correct damage boosting. Don't worry, I can receive the damage. I don't have any problem with that. Now I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna do this jump here, full jump, and then as you can see, I have the possibility to landing in that platform. That's the reason why I really want to do this. So now I'm gonna do this again, and this is the only damage boosting intentional one. And that's the reason, because you really want to use the wall to skip in the rest of the stage. Now, oh, this one, Hail. I think this is the nightmare for the Carmore runners. The nightmare. Hail is the most annoying bosses on the game to start. I think this is the most difficult boss to start. You have two reasons why. First of all, the hard mode difficulty, you have less damage, every single boss have more HP, so it's pretty difficult to do the DM skip. And the second one, you have a lot of troubles when she is on the left part of the screen. She's maybe, I think, the only boss when she's on the left part of the screen. She covers her HP bar, so you don't know if you're doing correctly or not the DM skip. So this is the really annoying one. And of course, if you're messing around, you're gonna eat a lot the time just because for the DM. So I'm gonna try this. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, we're gonna start with her annoying moves. Hey, really good RNG. Oh, this is... I don't really want this. Okay. Okay. I have troubles here, so I'm gonna improvise. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, okay, I did the DM skip, but as you can see, it's actually very annoying when she's on the left part, because you're not watching her HP bar. And actually, that's a pretty difficult way to do the DM skip. Of course, as you can see, I match like this a lot, and the hard mode rules. You have less damage, every single boss have more HP, so it's actually pretty difficult, and you need a lot of stamina. So when I finish because I doing the two guides at the same time, like normal and hard mode. I rest like 1 hour, 1.5 to recover my stamina correctly. So keep in mind that I rest a lot, and still I think my stamina is a little bit lower than the usual. With more stamina, maybe I can pass even more, but just keep in mind that you really need to always have a lot of energy to do this category, just for the matching. You're gonna understand even more when you're trying by yourself. Yeah, seriously, this category changes all the time. Okay, continue with this. We're beating Hail, and we're gonna move like this. Your input's always gonna be here, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like this one. Always trying to do, like on the fighting games, the 3-3-6 or 2-1-4, for example, like this. So keep in mind that, so here we're gonna stay here, just left, up, next one. So this is gonna be a really good question, what happened with this stage? Because I don't have, like, the Vespa, sorry, the Desna from Gunvolt 2, Vespa ability, so which changes are gonna apply here? Well, a lot of changes. I don't have a really good tool, so I'm gonna do a lot of different damage. Okay, I forgot that. That's for normal. Don't try that one. So here we're gonna change to this one. More movement. So now this is a really big change. Right now I have this. So I'm gonna skip that cycle. And this is why I don't really know how to do that correctly normal, because I'm playing more hard mode, and that's the way to do hard mode. It's actually pretty easy. So this is a really good change, and right now in that moment I have this ability, but of course with Overdrive I can skip a lot of damage from different attacks. So how can I do this here? I'm gonna start immediately with the ability. I can skip the first one, I need to destroy the second one, and then I need to pass this, like this. Dots apply all the time. So you can do this, even that's really easy. Then you're gonna continue movement, movement, and that's it. That's the way to do without overdrive, without anything. And now you're gonna do again, style like this, you're gonna pass, again, another damage boosting. If you're messed up with this, don't worry. And then you're gonna continue. And we're almost done of the stage, and of course, if you watch the normal category, you knew immediately that's pretty different. It's not like the same stage. So now we have Dacite, and of course this fight is not the same as normal a lot because that's the weakness, and now this is our weakness. So the way to do the fight is start immediately with this, and hopefully that's a really good thing that happened right now. This is the worst possible RNG. You have two reasons. First of all, this is a DP or Dragon Punch or invincibility move like in fighting games, so he has the same stuff. He's invincible right now. No damage, no damage, no damage, no damage, damage here. So that's awful. That's really awful. You don't really want to start with this stuff. You really want to start like this. Now you need to be careful, because right now it's time for the DM skip. Okay, actually done correctly. Now it's time to do the final part. And you're not gonna use the freeze like I did before. What? Maybe I missed by one hit. I missed by one. Again. Oh, I don't have more retry buttons. Okay, I'm gonna try... like with the mana energy, why not? Don't worry. Ooh, okay, thank you. Thank you, that's the best thing that's possibly done. And now, of course, I did correctly the DM skip. Don't worry, that's finally the correct one. So now, I'm gonna use the freeze like this. The dangling one. Remember, this ability have two different ways to use. Like, when you're not having any attack, you have to freeze all the screen. And the second way to do is freezing on a specific objective. And of course, you really want to use the freezing on a specific objective here, because it's more faster than just freezing the whole place. So now we finished the site, and immediately it's time to Brigade. And if you watch the normal guide, I did the strat. I did this. That's the correct movement for hard mode, and that's why I really love to do that strat here. And remember, I don't have any supply or something, so I'm just playing like, okay, I have this life. I need to play correctly. Okay, now it's time for an arm, and this is the same as the usual. Now I'm gonna change one part. On normal, I did a lot of different ways, like moving to the mostly part of the right part of the screen and then use this ability. and then moving up to do everything fine to skip all the cycle. Here is not gonna apply that because I don't have that stuff, so I'm gonna do this instead. I'm gonna try to jump. I'm gonna wait a little bit here. Wait, and then I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna do this, and all the time the cycles are gonna be like this. So you have guaranteed an options to skip everything without any trouble. So don't worry, this is actually guaranteed. So it's pretty easy to skip that giant maze, and of course skip all the cycles. Don't worry. Now the second part is actually pretty interesting, this one, because here you have this one, you have the freeze, and you really want to use this because this one, and that helps you a lot in the movement. And now we're gonna use again our time freeze, and I'm gonna skip this. Whoops. And now this is the last time freeze. You don't really want to use any more than this one, because you're gonna lose time if you use any more than that. Because if you use one more, you're gonna stay like here, and of course, everything is gonna be affected with that ability. So everything, it means even this door and the animation. You don't really want to use that thing. And really need the time freeze. Time freeze. Whoops. Thank you. So now it's time for the normal matching. Okay, everything is fine. And now it's time to overfreeze again with one more. Don't care about that damage, don't care. And of course, this fight is more faster in hard mode than the normal mode, just because the Dacite ability is actually very good and destroy every single boss. So that's why this is more faster than the other one, and of course this one is more easier to avoid the sword than the normal one. Hey, 2:15 is actually a pretty good time. So now, we did these 3 stages, and now this is the most annoying one. Hopefully I'm gonna do the DM skip, because this is actually very difficult. And we're gonna use this time. We're gonna use the time freeze. We have a really good benefit with the time freeze here. For example, here we don't have some stuff, but we're gonna use this and avoid this enemy. That's the first good benefit. I really just want to do a fight miming. I'm not taking serious that enemy all the time. I really love to do this. We're gonna avoid, of course, the metal because it's not here anymore. And now we're gonna use it again. The main reason is for this enemy and for this one. We really want to do this. The main reason is just because I really want to hit that enemy and I don't really want the explosion. And of course, the tank enemy, like the thing that dropping balls, we really want to skip it without any hits. So we really want to use in that part, and then you can do a damage boosting. And of course, using that damage boosting to skip a part of the normal way to do that, like using the diagonal jump and other stuff. So that's why I'm using that trick here. Now, second part. Time freeze again immediately because that enemy. Everyone hates that enemy. And now it's time for this part. The lazy one. You really want to use this kind of stuff because right now, why not to use that thing? Don't worry, that damage boosting is actually very fine. And now it's time for the annoying part, Ace. The big problem with Ace is the DM skip. You have two important things here. Ace is the only boss can avoid the TM skip as always we do, like using this menuing and then the Maestro. No, that doesn't work on Ace. Seriously, that doesn't work in Ace. We're tested with the previous version of the game when we have the insane ability to avoid any DM, and Ace have some protection stuff. You can do that. I don't know why. So you have another way to do this fight, and that way it's actually pretty difficult to do. So we're gonna try this. You really want to stay like this. So now you have the time freeze. You're gonna start with this, matching, and then you really want to change to this one. The main reason you really want to change is because you really want to recover for the next part boss. Okay, this is important right now. Everything depends on your position. You need to remember, if Ace are gonna be out on the left part of the screen, you need to point to the right. If he's gonna move to the right part of the screen, like his left to the right part, he's gonna appear on the left part, and vice versa. So really keep in mind that thing, and then using this stuff. I need to go 1, 2, and then I need to start attacking. This is like this. 1, 2. Oh no, I messed it up just for the skill because the position was no good. So I'm gonna try it again. And that's the only reason, that's the position of the Gatling, because I'm using like this and then moving. I need to use the Gatling later. So I'm gonna try again the fight. Of course, this fight is actually the more difficult one on hard mode to do the DM skip. I'm gonna try again. No, this is impossible. I need to do the fight again, and of course I messed it up only because I'm doing faster the Gatling. I need to check something a little bit. Even if he killed me, it doesn't matter because I really want to check something. Okay, I always activate this thing. Okay, I remember that. So don't worry, we're gonna try one more time. Well, for this one, I have more continuous, so I don't care. Okay, that was a little bit high, but that's the concept. You really want to... I maybe have one more life? Oh, okay, I have one more life. Why not? I'm gonna try again. This fight is actually very hard just for this part. Okay? This is the only reason I hate this fight. Oh, my fire. I messed up with the button. I don't have time freeze? Wow. Okay, I'm gonna recover my time freeze. I can do that. I don't have any problem with this. Okay, I need to recover my Gatling, and then we're gonna try the correct way. Okay, now it's time. Okay, maybe this is the opportunity? Okay, this one. If I mess her up, it's gonna be for a little bit of damage. No kidding, this is gonna be for a little bit of damage, maybe. Okay, but that's the concept. If I'm doing correctly, like if I time in a little bit early the time freeze, that will be the fight. So keep in mind that if you're messing up, it's not a big deal because it's actually pretty difficult to do this. It's pretty difficult. You want to do this. Go down. I have more Gatling, so don't worry. But that's the fight. You really want to be careful in that part because it's pretty difficult to do the DM skip here. But that's the concept of the idea. You really want to stay here using your time freeze and then the Gatling. You have enough damage using your Razor Wheel to delay a little bit more because the Razor actually gives a little more lag here. And then using the Maestro to skip the DM. It's really difficult, to be honest. Maybe it's one of the most difficult tricks on hard mode. But now we have a good time. Here is the Vespa. Now Vespa is actually pretty easy. Because you can do this. And you have more opportunities to move more normally here. But now we're gonna use something different. We're gonna use this. Not here. And you're skip a little bit of a stage. Because you did twice the break sequence. And as for the last one, you're gonna stay here and then you're gonna move this. And that's it for the first part of Vespa. It's actually a pretty easy stage. You're not gonna have any big trouble here. You're gonna try activate the time freeze for that enemy. You don't really want to have any problem with this one. And of course, you have one skill. Why not to use that? To be honest, why not to use that thing? You really want to pass to the lower part of the stage because it's more faster than the top one. The top one is actually pretty low, slow one. And now we're gonna use the same thing as the normal strat. We're gonna use fire here, like this. We're gonna do this and this. And we're gonna start immediately with the fight. So you're gonna save a lot of time doing that. If you really want to have another version of this fight, it's actually pretty easy, and you can use the time freeze and then matching this is more safer and of course more faster. I'm just showing up the possibility to do this. Don't worry. You're ready to use the Gatling like this. And now it's time for another RNG fiesta. So you have two possibilities here. Like Vespa is on screen or Vespa is off screen. If she's on screen, you're gonna abuse a lot the Ace ability. If she's off screen, you're gonna set up like the time freeze and then use this ability. So who's gonna be right now? Okay, she's gonna escape and we're gonna do this. Don't worry. Again. That's it, don't worry. This is an RNG fight. And that's it, this fight is actually very easy. It's like a Sparkman in the truth. The Sparkman in the second because this is not even worth it. You don't have to do any big effort or something like that. This is a really easy fight. Sorry, Vespa. You're gonna be always a easy boss here. Now it's time for the big nightmare. You can do this, for example, and try and Veschrome, Autochrome, but of course it's more faster doing this. So that's why I'm playing Ypsilon instead of Autochrome. It's not like a really big or a special condition. You don't have anything special if you are doing one before the other one. Don't worry about this. Okay, here is 1, 2. But of course, we're not doing the 1, 2. Done. You're gonna skip everything. So don't worry about this. And now it's time for the one and only Ypsilon 2. Ypsilon 2 is actually a nightmare. This boss is a tricky one. You need to always be careful, and of course the weakness is the Vespa ability. So this is a fight. Hopefully he's gonna give me a good range. I don't really want to deal him a lot of damage. I really want to set up. Okay. No, it's not. Still not. Okay. That's the one I really want to. And now it's time for the DM skip. Of course, when I show you the fight, actually I'm not doing this. I'm playing more risky than usual. No! Okay, that's pretty close. Actually, I think he's gonna beat me. But okay, I save it, don't worry. That's Ypsilon 2. So we're gonna see here one cutscene, and then it's time to start Autochrome. And of course, Autochrome is the same. The good thing is this is like the intro stage is the same as the normal category. So you don't have anything new to learn if you're learning right now the normal category. You don't have anything new to learn here. Don't worry the damage, because we have this. Oh no! Okay, thank you. So this stage is actually the same. You don't have anything new, to be honest. To be honest, you don't have anything new here. So you're gonna play the same stage as normal mode, just the same condition. So don't worry about this. And right now, Copen is buff enough to beat any circumstance, any situation. So you're not gonna have any trouble right now. Whoops. No. Okay, don't worry. And of course this is the same as normal, but particularly this one, because this is really faster. And now this is the important part. This is RNG again, and this is the weakness. So you have two ways. If Autochrome is being annoying, set up and doing this. If it's not, just matching this. Normal. Okay, good RNG, good one. Okay, now is the big problem. We're gonna set up this. Thank you. And that's it. That's a really good setup. Another Japanese runner did another full setup, like testing when he's rubbing off and using the Vespa ability to climb, hit him, receive the damage, and then using again and tag him again, and 2 times dash and dash, and you can skip the whole fight. But this is actually the same, so don't worry. This is the same, but with an unsettled and visible part. Maybe he's faster, but like 0.5 seconds, something like that, so don't worry. This is the correct way to do that too. Now, this is time for Veschrome. Veschrome is kinda relaxing. I think this stage is actually very good when you have some donations or you really want to rest a little bit your hands. Because to be honest, my hand is I have enough stamina to continue, but I think not really much people can do that. So we're gonna jump, and we're gonna try to pass this. Damage boosting again. 1, 2. Don't worry. Oh no! But something like that, you have the same setup. And you can destroy the boss immediately, so you don't have any problem with that. Now it's time for the last part of the stage. Okay, this boss is kinda different. You have a lot of ways to do this boss fight, but I'm gonna show you my way to do that. No! The game is still my time. Okay, I forgot. This game sometimes do that. I really want to hit him. Thank you. Oh my god, this is a really bad RNG. Thank you. Oh, I don't have more energy. Okay. Actually, that fight was pretty good. Oh, okay, 1 HP. Why not to try this? Why not? This is actually pretty fun. What? Oh my god, I forgot the laser. Okay, that's okay. I have enough. My hands are good right now. Thank you. My time freeze again, game. Really want to steal my resources. So this is like the risky way to do this. This is a risky way. Round across too. I don't have more time freeze, so I need to improvise this one. And why not? This is actually pretty fun to improvise. I can beat you! But of course, sometimes the game steals you the time freeze when you're matching a lot like this and take the input and don't show you to the screen. That happened here, and of course I messed her up with 1 time freeze and that's why I need to improvise the last part. But that's the concept of the fight. You use time freeze and then trying to beat Autochrome because that's the most annoying boss, and then move into the Vespa and repeat again. Of course, when you need to defend against the Transformer mode, like the Super Mega, the Future Mega Man 02, you have this one, this ability. You have this ability to defend yourself or use timing when the bomb drops and it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the second part of the Razor are gonna hit the bomb and you're gonna be safe all the time. So now it's time for Ypsilon 3. This is the same as Ypsilon 2, so I'm not gonna explain anything here. Like this one I'm gonna try to do my fight. Maybe that's enough. I think that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, it's done. Thank you. That's my way to do the fight, like, without watching anything. Just doing normal. When you know you're good at this game, it's like when you're doing this fight like natural. Really natural. When you're doing this fight, every single other part before the boss rush, you're gonna do it without so much trouble. Except for Ace, because this boss sucks, but the rest one, you can beat them without any trouble, because this is really annoying and this is really easy to die. And now it's time for the boss rush, and here of course is pretty different than the usual, so you have a lot of mix here. This is not like normal, because remember, every single boss have more HP, you have less damage, and you need to use more than one skill usually to beat the boss. So for this time, for example, for Dacite, we're gonna mix Time Freeze with this one, with Gatling. And when Gatling is gone, we have Rapid. And that's it. Just remember that. Like this, for example. And you can do this. Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh no! Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna try to fix this. Yeah, that's it. Now it's time. Because I'm low HP, I really want to use my turn freeze. Like, I really want to match him. Because I really want to stay safe. I don't really want to die. That's the only reason why I'm using Time Freeze without locking him, because you have this kind of situation possible on the boss rush or even on the normal fight. When you're really low in HP and you really want to play safe, the correct option is using the freeze time and not freeze him. You're gonna lose around 1 or 2 seconds, but you're not gonna die here, so... of course, the reward is more higher than the lose when you have less HP than the usual. Now we have, for the first time, a hail, so we're gonna use this. Now it's time for the MS skip. Maybe I'm right? Maybe, because I'm not using the lasers, and if I mess up, don't worry, we can do this. Okay, it's time to do this. Imagine you're in this situation. I mean, this is good because you can understand what things you need to do here. You can do this. Wait here, dash, break this thing. Jump immediately. And then continue with the fight. This is a really good option select. Like, to be honest, I messed it up. Okay, that's my trouble, but I think it was really good because I can show you the option select correctly for this boss. That's the correct way to beat the boss when you have some troubles. Just breaking the right part or left part wherever you want, and then the other part, and finally just waiting a little bit, and you can stay safe for any damage. So you don't need to be worried about like, okay, I can die or I can lose my run just for this. No, you have this possibility to save the run. And of course, it's time for my big friend. I really want to stay a little bit quiet because this is hard. Okay, maybe that's enough. Maybe. If it's not, it's going to be again a little bit. I think it's a little bit. Again, a little bit. I knew it. Oh, this is pretty hard all the time. No, I really want to save this. It's kinda sad to not showing that super quick kill, but you know the concept. You only need to practice. It's pretty hard, and I don't have so much opportunities to show that quick kill. Even on my PV, I don't have it. Oh no, I lied. I have one time. The other one I messed up, but I have it one time. So it's time for the last one. And this is pretty annoying because this one have some RNGs, some actually bad RNGs. There's one, for example. No, this is setup. Yeah, I imagine a lot like this. I know. That's intended. That's intended. And now it's time to change to the optic round, and this is the moment of the truth. Now it's time for the big and the only mother. Remember, if you watch the normal guide, remember when I said this fight is different? To be honest, yes, it's different. It's actually pretty different. Oh, sorry. I need some water again. Okay, now for this fight, you have 3 mix, and you need to mix this. You need to start with this, using immediately time freeze, and then go to Anchor Nexus, like this. But this is actually more faster than you think. This is the way to do this fight. Like this. That's the correct speed to do that thing. So now it's time I have an opportunity. The perfect RNG. You're gonna wait here, move into this, diagonal, and you're gonna repeat again. And then you're gonna start the fight. Of course, here we don't have any weakness. Again, we don't have any weakness. This is not like the normal fight, so we need to use this and this. We need to really use these things. And I don't remember actually if I can skip the thing on hard. I think it's not. I think the answer is not. So give me a sec. I really want to check my old PV and knowing if I can do the skip or not. For that's my gun. I need to watch only the fight on hard mode. I don't have any problem with this. Okay, I just need to watch the last part because I don't remember. Oh, okay, no, you can't. I know how to do this fight right now. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Here you have to dodge. Only that. It's always her turn. So don't worry, it's always her turn. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. That's the timing. If you really want to do the correct fight, that's the timing. It's 1, 2, wait a little bit. 1, 2, wait a little bit. 1, 2. Now it's time to recharge. So I need to stay here calm again. Nice, it's my turn. And again. 1, 2. I need to worry in that part because always have the enough time to do this. Oh! 1, 2. I did a little bit late. 1, 2. 1, 2. It's her turn, so doesn't matter. 1, 2. It's not possible. Oh, like overdrive. 2. Okay, now here you have one way to escape to this attack. Imagine I'm not having overdrive because it's mostly possible. That's actually unusual to have overdrive in the middle of the fight. If I'm going to do the damageless fight, I'm gonna start with the first part. I'm correct, and of course I'm not gonna start with this. So imagine I don't have the overdrive, so I don't have the super dodge. How can I dodge this? That's a really good question. Okay, now you can do this. And you have the sprites. Immediately, you have the lines. So you know in one part you're not gonna receive damage. You have this. Look. You can do this on timing and you have the correct setup to avoid this attack. One, two. 1, 2. 1. Oh no, I forgot my dodge. Okay. But the good thing is I have enough HP, so it's not a really big deal. I really need to be a little bit careful right now. But it's not like I'm died or something. 1, 2. 1, 2, a little bit early. And that's it. And that's Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger Ypsilon hard mode. I hope everyone who watched this understand the game and try to speedrunning it, because I'm really happy when I watch a lot of runners on hard mode. I think hard mode is the true category in this game, and I enjoy a lot all the time. And I enjoy a lot every single player playing this category because it's always pretty difficult, but the reward is actually pretty good. So as the other video, if you have any question, you have any problem with the game, you need to understand something, or even for the next event, the Summer Games Done Quick 2022, you are one part of your race stream language. I don't know, Portuguese, Japanese, from Europe, or maybe in Latin America. I don't have any problem. Just send me a DM on Discord. And of course, all my DMs are open, even if you're not my friend, so don't worry. And you can ask me anything, or if you're a runner and you need some help, just send me a DM, send me a VOD or a video of your problem, and yeah, I don't have any trouble to help you. And of course, I'm enjoying so much help other runners in this game. So now, this is the big reward. I enjoy this part. Oh wait, my inputs? I kind of skipped this. Okay, that's actually very weird because I can skip the text. But that's the big reward, the big screen. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. This is going to be public a little bit soon, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. And of course, support Gunvolt on HGDQ. I'm really appreciated if you retweet the event. Just watching the event. I don't really want like money for myself or just sending money to the event. I'm not that kind of person. If you really enjoy it and you really want to help the purpose of the event, yeah, just doing that. But if you're not feeling like that and just donate just for the game, please, I highly recommend don't do that. Just if you really want to help other people's, because that's of course the purpose of the event. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon. One more important thing, soon are gonna be available some emotes on this, I mean on my Twitch chat, and you can use some likes emotes on any chat. So maybe for the event I'm gonna change like the points you need to obtain that emote, like by 10 points, something like that, so you can subscribe. Or you can follow me, obtain that things, and then unfollow. I don't really care. I just really want people to use that emotes on Twitter. So thank you everyone. See ya.